Hey guys, Ryan from Liberty. In a previous video, we showed you the Daniel Defense MK18 and talked about suppressors and what the NFA is and what it means to you. Today, we're actually going to be shooting a Daniel Defense MK18 and we're going to be using a Silencerco Specwar 5.56 suppressor. First thing we're going to talk about is the rifle. This is Daniel Defense MK18. I have changed the muzzle device so I can put a suppressor on here. This one is specifically for the Silencerco Specwar 5.56. And you can see it's not just a flash hider, it is actually a muzzle brake. And the reason why I'm using a muzzle brake is because this acts as a sacrificial baffle inside your suppressor, so that way your suppressor will last longer and not incur as much damage from firing the rounds. On top we have a Trijicon ACOG. This one is a 3.5 power, and on top of it is a Trijicon red dot. So we're going to be shooting the rifle suppressed, unsuppressed, and we're going to use the 3.5 power Trijicon, and we're going to shoot some with a red dot and show you what that looks like downrange. And let's pop this rifle open and take a look inside of it. There's nothing too special about the inside. You have a standard AR trigger in here, which of course is going to get replaced at some point, but single stage is kind of heavy, but you know, nothing nobody's not used to. One thing I have done to this rifle that it does not typically come with is I have changed out the charging handle for a Bravo company gunfighter. Having that extension on there makes a big difference for me. There's our bolt carrier group, M16. Take our charging handle out. And inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well or not, but we have our M4 feed ramps. We'll put this rifle back together and we'll show you the suppressor. Here we have the Silencerco Specwar 5.56. Really great suppressor. It is full auto rated, so don't worry about burning this thing up. And it is not a ratchet on style. What this one's actually going to do is screw on. And on the bottom here you have a locking ring, so once it stops, turn the locking ring, it's locked into place and it won't come off. In addition to the suppressor, we're also going to be using the Silencerco suppressor wrap. And what this is going to do is keep the heat down and keep those heat waves out of our optics so we can see better downrange. And also, if you needed to take your suppressor off while it's still hot, you're actually going to be able to grab it with this and remove that suppressor. So give us a minute to get everything loaded up and we'll put some rounds downrange and see what happens. First we're going to shoot it with no suppressor and show you how loud that is. Then we'll throw the suppressor on and show you what kind of a difference the suppressor makes on your rifle. Alright guys, we're going to send some rounds downrange, and the ammunition we're going to be using today is some PMC 62 grain light armor penetrator. And hopefully my shooting doesn't suck today and I can show you what this rifle can really do. As you can see, with no suppressor on, this 10.3 inch barrel is pretty vicious. So let's go ahead and attach our suppressor and see what kind of a difference it makes. Alright guys, so we're going to take our suppressor, let's stick it over the muzzle device, screw it down until it stops. Once it stops, I'm going to turn our locking ring. Our suppressor is secure. Now I'm going to take my suppressor wrap, slide it over. Pretty good fit there. Let's load it up and send a few rounds down range. And to prove how quiet it is, I'm just going to get rid of these completely because we're not going to need them. As you can see, that makes a pretty big difference in the sound of this rifle. So we're going to switch to the red dot and put a couple rounds downrange. Then we'll go down there and take a look at it. Firing off shots quick, so I'm not expecting too great of groups. But we'll see what I did anyway. And for giggles, that's the end of our mag. Alright guys, let's take a look at our groups here. On the top we have unsuppressed. Not too bad for shooting off the vertical grip on a cooler. On the bottom here, well in the middle, where we attach the suppressor using the 3.5 power optic. Some of these rounds are from when I was just randomly shooting as fast as I could. But we got a pretty decent group here off of that. And on the bottom, we're using the red dot, and it looks pretty good too, especially since that's a 2 MOA dot. I think it looks pretty good. So, you know, rifle's pretty accurate. It's going to do everything that you want it to do. The Daniel Defense Mark 18 is awesome, and the Silencerco 5.56 suppressor is awesome too. But we'll go back over here and we'll take a final look at the rifle and final thoughts, and that'll be it for today. So there you have it guys, there's the Daniel Defense Mark 18 and the Silencerco 5.56 suppressor. Pretty awesome weapon systems. Just remember that each one of these items requires a $200 tax stamp, and even if the Hearing Protection Act does pass, you're still going to have to pay a $200 tax stamp for the short barrel rifle. And to show you the difference that this heat wrap makes, you can see I can grab a hold of it, and we quit shooting probably about 5 minutes ago, so it's plenty of time for it to still be hot. So if you want to take it off, we'll grab this ring, which is really hot, and we can use the wrap and remove the suppressor. So if you guys have any questions about NFA items, feel free to give us a call or stop by the shop, or even send us a message on Facebook. We'll be happy to help you with that and to get the ball rolling for you to get your NFA products. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.